name is Brian. That is Shane. This is the popcast, and today we're talking about Lost in Space, episode 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yes, if you are watching along with us, I'm sorry that you've had to wait this long to get these 2 wonderful episodes of Lost in Space. But a lot has developed in these 2 episodes, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about some of the repercussions behind losing our favorite character so far from Lost in Space, because apparently that's what just happened.
What?
We lost the robot.
Oh, wow. Was he our favorite? I
He's
guess
my
so.
favorite character. He's got a nice butt. Okay, he's really strong. Has really cool, really nice eyes that change color. I mean, what else do you want in a man? Right there.
Yeah. Well, I like skin, generally speaking, and eyeballs.
So you like men with skin
and eyeballs,
and that's a lot of different men. So
yeah,
you don't really have your bar is not very high on. I'm
not picky.
What kind of men you hook up with? I gotta see that.
I didn't say hook up, but I'm not big. Like I'm not picky when it comes to dudes. Okay, just saying.
Let's just say Shane is a premium plus member of Grindr.
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it doesn't sound good for me, so knock it off.
It's like Tinder, but for gay guys to hook up on. All right. Of course they would make the name of their app Grindr, right? Of course. That makes all the sense.
It sounds dirty. I mean, it just sounds wrong. It sounds wrong. It sounds dirty. Let's go to the calendar, shall we?
Yeah, tell us what's going on, man.
This is going on. Since we're doing Lost in Space today, our goal was to do Lost in Space every Friday, but we've got some things happening. So basically, we're looking after today, 5 and 6. We've got 7, 8, and then 9, 10, and 11. I think we have 2 more shows, Lost in Space shows left. We are going to wrap it up with those 2 shows. But we've got things like, for example, today we're doing Lost in Space. Tomorrow we've got the Deadpool spoiler review. Deadpool 2.
And we saw the movie, guys.
Yeah, great movie. I think it's Ryan Reynolds and it's good. So what do you do? Monday and Tuesday we've got American Idol recaps because they're on Sunday and Monday nights, and that's the finale. Okay. And then Wednesday we've got
the Flash finale. Woo!
Yeah.
I'm excited. For once, I'm excited for that.
Right? And then next Thursday and Friday, we've got a TBD. I think Brian's going to be out, so we probably won't have anything those 2 days. Ordinarily, we would have
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. Yeah. So that'll have to hold off. And then the following week, we're going to have Solo, a Star Wars story, spoiler review, a special America's Got Talent show. I guess we can kind of say it now, right?
Can we?
Well, yeah, they said they're going to be there. So
we can say it?
Yeah, Merrick Hanna is going to be on our show, Brian.
Dude, wait for the drum roll, Shane. Man,
sorry.
There's a timing thing here you got to do for surprise and suspense. Come on, man. I thought you were a professional. Merrick Hanna will be on our maiden voyage for the next season of AGT on the 29th. I am so excited to talk to that young man.
Yes. So the 29th, if you're talent fans, Merrick Hanna was, got towards the end of the show last year and was a dancer, cool kid. He's going to be on our show. He's going to talk about last year, talk about this year. So that's going to be a great one. Stay tuned for that. Then we've got The Incredibles non-spoiler review. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's coming up later than that. I don't know what else we got. We've got a bunch of stuff. We got Solo. We've got America's Got Talent first episode that week as well. And then we're trying to get Westworld in, guys, but we're also trying to finish Lost in Space. I doubt we'll start Westworld until Lost in Space is done.
So we're not going to do like episode recaps of Westworld. We actually are going to be planning a sort of intense questionnaire about Westworld. We're going to ask some questions and we're going to try to theorize on what's going on this season. but it's not going to be like an episode recap like we usually do.
Right. Yeah. It'll be kind of like a catch up. So we will talk about kind of what's happened since the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be more based on the show itself and having an interesting discussion. So you won't want to miss those if you're a Westworld fan.
You won't. And I'm sorry I won't be here with you guys next Thursday and Friday. I'm actually going in for an experimental treatment. I'm trying to lengthen the size of my fingers so I can type faster.
What? If you're going to go in for something experimental, it needs to be like, you know.
I'm actually going to. I'm going to get my tongue shortened because it's too long.
Okay, we don't need to know this. This is.
I'm actually going to Mexico. I'm trying to get metal injected into my skeleton so I can be Wolverine.
Yeah, and they're gonna.
I'm sure it'll work out great. You know, it's only cost me like 400 pesos, and they said they're using pretty good metal. Like it's only some of it's recycled. You know, so
and they have to take shark piss and they have to squirt it up your nose.
Yeah, that's for the healing factor, right?
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
My wife was like, "Babe, I haven't had a toothache. I want to go to Mexico to get it capped," and I'm like, "No, just go to a regular dentist. What are you talking about?"
Stay local.
Mexico where isn't that where they steal like your organs? Like,
just stay local so you don't get kidnapped.
Yeah, just go to a dentist.
Stay here. You're fine.
All right. By the way, 3,200 sub milestone giveaway. We're not remotely close to this, but when we do, you'll want to be a part of it because we're giving away a full video game console of your choice, not our choice, your choice. Pick whichever one that we can readily buy off of Walmart or eBay or Amazon, and we're going to be sending it your way. Or I got a variety of older consoles in my closet. I will gladly give you one of those if you prefer that instead of an Xbox One X, One X exclamation point binary, whatever that machine is.
Yeah. So squared to the power of 8.
To the power of 8 over 3. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Listen,
their naming is not great lately. Like Xbox 360, good. And then right after that, all of a sudden, I'm confused at what Xbox we're using now. I
don't know.
One X, one X, X, one X, exclamation point, special character, happy smiley face, poop emoji.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got the poop emoji at the end. Nice. So listen, guys, you got to comment though. So be a subscriber, but you got to comment too. And listen, it only takes a couple seconds. It doesn't have to be, the most thought-provoking thing that ever occurred. Just get your name on the piece of paper. Right now, we're getting between 10 and 20 comments per video. We should be seeing a lot more than that in these. We want to give this thing away. Also, 7 videos left. I think 7 videos left.
Boxing. Yeah.
Right. Where we're going to give away a bunch of cool little things that Brian and I buy and send it to you. And of course, we get to do our knockdown, drag out, Hunger Games style beatdown to see who wins. So it's going to be fun.
Also, guys, this episode is brought to you by Deadpool. Out on the live view. The t-shirt's available at mixtees.com. Use coupon code Shane or Brian. Let's get into Lost in Space. Before we get accused of stretching too much.
I don't care. They can say it all they want. Don't matter.
And remember, this is Netflix 2018 Lost in Space. Of course, if you're watching with us, you already know that. Hopefully, you're not watching if you're watching the original series, you're pretty confused right now as to what the hell we're talking about.
100%.
We are talking about episode 5 and 6. And we open with this really cool shot of Dr. Smith. And she is looking at this cool butterfly thing that's attracted to the light of her flashlight, and she's sort of fascinated, and then gets eaten by a giant monster.
Yeah.
This, my friends, is the act of foreshadowing. Expert foreshadowing here, guys. I want you guys to know that. And it builds into the story. I like this a lot because the way it sets up a later scene where she recognizes what's happening and she's able to capitalize on it. Also, Mama.
Yeah, I want to talk.
What's that?
I want to talk about her motivation at some point, and
when we get to that scene where she's unlocking the gate.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about her motivation in general for the show. I know that's a lot of of course, a lot of people have already seen the whole show, and there's not been great reviews on this. I want to talk about so far what I've seen through 6 episodes. I really enjoy the show. Yeah. So I don't know if something makes a left turn, but I definitely want to address the Dr. Smith thing.
Yes. Mama Robinson's doing some calculations, what appears to be a broken iPhone and some kind of kaleidoscope. I'm not sure what that is. It's a tool.
Actually, I think that's a what are those little handheld?
I don't know.
It's one of those handheld games. They call them. It's like a Game Boy. Okay.
Anyways, she's using the tool to examine the sun and like the atmosphere or something, and she realized something is amiss. Bum, bum, bum. Nice timing there, bro. She also does a little flashbacking where she's like, loving on her son, and she recognizes him in the hospital, and he's adorable, and that's going to come back later on in the episode. Looks like he has a little cleft pilot going on his nose. See that? What's going on there?
Sure looks like it, huh?
Yeah. All right. So we get this great scene between Dr. Smith and Papa Robinson. These 2 episodes, she was like at the peak of her manipulation powers for sure.
Yeah. You're talking about in these 2 episodes?
Yeah, these 2 episodes. I haven't gone past episode 8 yet, so I've seen up to 7.
I've only seen the 6.
So I've seen up to 7, but I'm telling you that these 2 episodes, she really comes out as the manipulating Dr. Smith. Just sort of manipulating everybody, and everybody she comes in contact, she's like planting seeds and trying to push her way.
Yeah. I want to talk about why that is, because I think one of the big complaints about the show was that Dr. Smith didn't seem to have a motive. And I assumed that her motive was going to be that she wanted to get her hands on the robot, which was the original series kind of thing, because the robot would give her power and control. And that still may be the case, but she does a lot of things that don't necessarily push her to that end. I can't tell if she's just a psychopath or a sociopath, or 2, she just likes to cause trouble, or 3, she's trying to get the robot, because now
it's all about the robot. Listen,
I'm not sure how she benefits.
I'll tell you how. I've seen every episode up to 7 twice now, except for 7. But these first 6 episodes I've seen twice. And the first time around, I had a similar feeling when I was like, that didn't seem necessary. But then watching it a second time, I realized why it's necessary.
Okay, up through episode 6 only. Tell me why, without anything happening in 7 that you know about. Why do you think that's the case?
Okay, so all of her motives right now. At first, it was all about survival. When she realizes the robot holds that level of power, now her entire motivation is to get her hands on the robot and take control of the robot.
Okay.
Everything she does, the way she's talking to Will, putting doubt in his mind about the robot, talking to Papa Robinson, talking to the chick that was injured, helping her find the gun, even unlocking the digital fence to let those monsters in. She knew that if she did that, Will would call the robot to help them, and she'd get her hands on that robot again.
Okay, so you do still think it's all about the robot? It's all about the robot. Some things.
When she in the next episode, when she leads that lady to the gun, she's looking. She wants the robot to go rogue, so that they're forced to destroy it or take it out of the camp or whatever. So she has time with it. And when she opens the fence, she wants Will to call the robot because she couldn't get Will to get the robot there prior to that. So she needed there to be some kind of danger in the camp so that Will would call the robot to help them.
Why didn't? Okay, so that's interesting. Why? Okay, maybe I don't understand. Maybe she's trying to get Will to do what he did at the end of the 6th episode, but she had time with it in the cave where she could have tried to start building a relationship with it.
It's connected to Will.
So she's trying to get it disconnected from Will.
She needs to get it disconnected from Will. She realized that the reason it's connected to Will is because Will saved its life. She's trying to put it in a position to where she can save its life.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. So she's trying to get Will to do what he did at the end of the 6th episode, but she had time with it in the cave where she could have tried to start building a relationship with it.
She needs to get it disconnected from Will. She needs to get it disconnected from Will. She realized that the reason it's connected to Will is because Will saved its life.
All right, now I understand and I accept that motivation.
Okay, so moving forward, Mama Robinson knows there's something wrong. She's taking a chariot. She's not telling anybody what's going on, but she's going out to figure out what's going on with the planet. There's something wrong with the planet.
This woman drives me crazy, man.
Yeah, she drives me a little nuts too. I don't know why she doesn't just tell him what's going on.
I mean, just tell him. I mean, she should tell somebody. She's literally going into space.
Yeah,
she should let someone know that she's doing something.
Yeah, I think she's trying to not like panic him or something. But there's a moment too where she gets taken by the parachute. I'm like, she gets got bad luck, bro.
Yeah, she really.
That's a lot of bad luck that happens on this planet, guys. I know that's the point of the story, but that's also a criticism for me. There seems to be a lot of situations that don't necessarily need to be a challenge for them. Like, maybe it should have been dangerous to go into space, but that wasn't the dangerous part. The dangerous part was the wind picking up and pulling the parachute and grabbing her and almost pulling her off the cliff. That was such an unnecessary scene. It didn't accomplish anything except for to remind you that this planet's dangerous. But that would be dangerous here. That would be dangerous in Orange County. That'd be dangerous anywhere.
Well, and so the danger should have occurred in space, and it should have given the character some sort of realization that, you know, to make her more appreciative of her husband, or, you know, some sort of connection back, saying, you know, she should have learned something from it, but she doesn't seem to.
Yeah, they should have had some space debris hit the parachute or whatever, and and she should have had to do like an emergency, you know, backup parachute thing or something, and like barely get to the ground unscathed. That's just what should have happened. But instead, they did some parachute thing. Again, it could have happened anywhere. It could have happened to me on my roof fixing my antenna or something. You know, it's a normal thing. So, also this penis measuring contest between Papa Robinson and the boss. I gotta say, I don't know. Another criticism. It's funny. I like these two episodes, but these are also the two episodes I criticize the most. What is the deal with the guy in charge? I forgot his name. But the guy they elected to be in charge, is he just like a massive douchebag? Is that the deal?
Yeah, pretty much. It's his character's name is Victor Dar.
How does such a massive douchebag get elected by such a small group of people? I can understand a politician when there's millions of people in your country. This is a tiny group of people, and somehow they elected the biggest douchebag there. How does that work?
Well, I mean, I don't know. What was the size of the entire complement of people traveling to the New World?
It's like 20 Jupiters, right?
Yeah, so maybe like 100 to 200 people?
Yeah, tops.
So, yes, I guess somehow he was, I don't know, influenced maybe? Yeah, he's definitely lacking in the leadership. And I see that the people who made the show want Dad Robinson to kind of be that leadership role.
And Papa Robinson's constantly putting him in his place, like effortlessly. Like it doesn't even require very much work on his part. His hands are in his pockets, and he somehow takes control over the situation.
Right.
I don't know. That seemed. I don't like that character. I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to not like him, or we're supposed to see him as some kind of antagonist or whatever. But I don't see him as anything. I just see him as like an annoyance, personally. The antagonist is clearly the planet. You know.
I don't think you're supposed to like his character right now. I think you're supposed to not like him. He represents, kind of a little bit what's wrong with what's going on with this whole thing. He's almost like, I don't know. He just, people aren't supposed to like him. I don't think he was created to be liked.
I get it. Oh, in this meeting between Donnie and Dr. Smith, I thought, oh, there's no way this goes down in Dr. Smith's favor, but somehow she manipulates him into, he's suspicious about it, but he does buy it, into him believing that the reason she left him there was because she couldn't find him or something, and it's an excuse that's definitely thin. He buys it, but he's suspicious, and I thought this is a moment.
He sort of buys it. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. He sort of buys off on maybe it's possible, but he's not comfortable.
Right. And this is that moment where she's out there and the wind catches. Oh, who would have known? The wind's going to catch the giant parachute and pull you. Stupid.
Creating tension is not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got this scene. This is setting up the relationship between Judy, a possible relationship between Judy and Dawn, when she basically physically assaults him for standing there. She elbows him in the face and then fixes him while insulting him. I don't understand why this girl is so mean to Don when he's been nothing but nice to her so far. This continues, by the way. I don't like this either. This whole, like, weird relationship they have going on continues, like, with her being sort of mean and, like, a jerk while he's doing everything in his power to be nice, you know?
Well, I think it's just her personality. That's the kind of person she is. You know, she's a little standoffish even with her family. And he's a little roguish, you know, kind of cocky. So I don't think she's reacting well to that, but you can tell that she likes him.
Yeah. Well, she fixes his nose. And then another conversation about the robot, a little about the father and son time. Papa Robinson says, you know, I don't know where he is, but I'm sort of glad he's gone because now I get to spend some time with you, which was nice. That was adorable.
Yeah. I mean, he needs to repair that. Being a dad who's gone for a long time, he needs to repair that with his son. I mean, that's why the son is latched onto the robot. So
right, yeah, as the father figure in it. And this moment between, oh my God, how did I forget her name?
Penny,
thank you, Penny, and her most recent love interest of many,
BJ.
I'm sure. Anyways, Penny, this guy is like, yo, can I see the robot? And she's like, no. What's wrong with you? Get out of here, idiot. I only concluded that because I absolutely adore Penny. She's a fantastic character. And then more manipulation. Dr. Smith once again casting shade and doubt in you know, pushing Judy to do something that she needs her to do. Basically trying to bring the robot out of hiding.
Right.
And then this amazing, remember, the Resolute is deaf but not blind. It cannot receive audio messages, but it can see. So they're trying to make this big, beautiful light that goes off. Oh, but look who sees it. She's like, wait a minute. Those little flies that are buzzing around, those attract the big monsters. So I'm going to go and I'm going to open the fence so that they can come in. So that Will is forced to call the robot to help us. That's their motivation, by the way. They didn't do a great job explaining what her motivation was here.
They didn't.
They didn't. On my second viewing, I realized what she was doing. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't even know how they could have made it more clear. I don't really know. Maybe they could have had the camera linger on her face more than have her realize, like, realize what she can do. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough situation. The actress is doing a pretty good job with the character, but I definitely would like a clearer understanding of what's driving her.
Yeah.
I don't feel really comfortable with that at this point. At the same time, I also feel like the manipulation is kind of little finger level. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Then we get a shot of Mama Robinson in space. And this is the face when she realizes what that planet actually is. And apparently it's some kind of binary sun thing.
Well, it's got a black hole.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. It's a sun with a black hole. And it she explains it. Basically, the planet is in this weird cycle. And she actually gets the life cycle information from the older Asian guy. But basically, the planet is rotating so fast around these two places that it dies, it grows, it lives, it dies. It's a very fast life cycle for a planet. And that's why there's only one ring on the trees and everything is sort of evolved around that. It's very fascinating the way this works. I'm not sure how in the world the planet can grow that level of a force, whatever, that quickly, but I'll take it.
Right. Well, and I also thought, how does it replenish its life? Like, so how do animals reappear so quickly? If there's only one ring on the trees.
They did show the rocks that look like they were rocks and all of a sudden they're moving. And there's a whole cave system. Some of these animals might just hibernate during that time. They might evolve to hibernate underground for the month or two that it takes for everything to reboot.
That makes sense.
Which is a way they can survive too. Anyways, those big giant creatures come to get the flies. And they're like, oh, snaps, there's also some tasty humans here. Oh. And of course, that her Dr. Smith's plan is successful. Will does call the robot. He saves Papa Robinson. And then he faces off versus the two big monster dinosaur man-bear pigs.
Man-bear pig.
The two man-bear pigs start to beat the crap out of this guy. They're chewing him, eating him. And Will's like, robot, you have to go back to the way you were before. You got to be bad. And the robot's like, oh, yeah. And he lets loose, turns into red-faced robot, gets all crazy, kills both those creatures with very little effort, and then is calmed down right before killing humans by Will. And he goes back into his humanoid form.
Yeah, that's a scary robot.
Yeah. So that was meant number one, to inform the people there that there is a robot, and it is the one that was that murdered people on the Resolute, and now they have to figure out what they're going to do with it. And then Mama Robinson is sort of explaining how the planet works. Like, the planet is rotating, and when that planet hits a certain port of it, the sun burns off most of the atmosphere, and it's the whole thing. I can't explain the science behind that. I'm not an astrophysicist.
No, I wouldn't even try.
Although Penny over here is all that.
Yeah, if it's close enough to be getting jacked by a black hole, eventually it's all going to get sucked inside anyways.
I mean, unless it's a stable black hole. There are, as far as, if I remember correctly, according to this my Stephen Hawking special, there's a black hole, there's a few black holes that have been around for a very long time. That's sort of like the garbage compactors of the universe for us. And we're actually, like, our galaxy is, along with other galaxies, actually spiraling around this giant black hole, if I remember correctly, right?
Well, there's believed to be a black hole at the center of each galaxy. So
center of each, not galaxy, right? Universe.
No, center of each galaxy. We only got one universe.
Oh, sorry, right. Galaxy, right. Sorry, I'm sorry. Our solar systems are cycling around the galaxy, yeah.
Yeah, our solar systems are basically cycling around the galaxy, and the black hole actually could be the gravitational force that keeps all of us rotating.
It's way too big for my brain.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there, but I do want to say that I think that Mama Robinson is really wrong for not telling people about this. Bad choice. If people are going to die, they should know. And if they're not going to die, they should all put all of their brain power together to figure out how to survive, as opposed to just wait for the bad thing to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, but there is a limited amount of brain power here. These guys couldn't even build like a laser light without Papa Robinson being like, hey, you try getting some batteries?
I don't know. Like when they go get fuel, for example, which is about to happen, if they had known that their lives were basically on the line to get this fuel, they probably would have been a lot more careful about what they were doing when they got it.
Yeah,
as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? In the back of their minds, like, well, we could live here forever. No problem. I don't know. It seems irresponsible to me.
Yeah, it does. And then this moment where they're discussing the robot, of course, the injured crewmate is like, this thing's a monster. Killed my friends and injured me.
Pretty much.
And Papa Robinson's like, yeah, but it's been pretty cool with me and my family. So, I mean, you'll get over it. I think we're gonna keep it around.
And give it time.
Yeah. And then more manipulation. Dr. Smith is now manipulating this lady, reassuring and reaffirming her doubt and her hate for the robot and the Robinsons, and sort of convincing her that the most important thing that what would help everybody is if the robot was just not here anymore. And then I was gonna go. That's not important. And she finds a gun in the woods. Oh, but she was led there by Dr. Smith.
Yeah. So yeah, she's putting the pieces together. I don't know how far Dr. Smith has thought this stuff out.
No.
She seems a little haywire. If this woman goes in and shoots up a bunch of people, I'm not sure how that gets her the robot, but I guess she just wants to create as much chaos as possible.
I think that she thinks that this lady is going to shoot the robot and that it will be enough to hurt the robot, and then she'll put it back together or something crazy. Or in some way she'll like reboot it. I'm not really sure. All right, more manipulation. This is actually when Mama Robinson's like, "Hey, what do you think if you knew like a horrible secret that would kill all your friends, would you tell them?" Let me tell you something. At this point, Dr. Smith should have said, "Yes, yes."
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's gonna die. Absolutely, you should say something. I like.
She doesn't know, but
no, she doesn't know what it is. Yeah.
I'm surprised that she didn't try to get more information out of her.
Yeah, considering, right? Yeah. Anyways, then we're out here, and they're going to get the fuel, and Judy's doing some joyriding. That's gonna be our thumbnail right there. That's cool.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I start to like Don. I do like his character now. I know I did not like him over the last couple of episodes, but I do like him now.
Do you? Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I think he's.
I liked him from episode 1. So
I didn't like him, but I like now that he's doing a couple things. He's becoming that more Han Solo character that I guess they wanted to be.
The lovable scoundrel.
They even have the princess comment in there, and I love how he says, you people get to go and to a new world. I have to go back to a dead Earth, so forgive me for trying to get something out of the deal.
Right.
And that made a lot of sense to me. Now I understand him better.
Right.
And so I liked him better.
Yep, I'm with you. And this is the moment where this older fellow, he actually knows what's going on, so they confirm it and sort of tell the audience what's happening. Okay. Oh, and poor Penny, she wanted to go skinny dipping with her new boo, but this is confirmation that the planet's in this life cycle because the lake is dried up.
Yeah, quickly.
Like really quickly, yeah. And now they're looking for fuel, and I think it's not there, but then they step on the hatch, and it's buried under all the rubble. The storm buried the ship. And this is Dr. Smith doing a little more manipulation, pushing this poor lady over the absolute edge. And then she's off to kill the robot.
Which is a little weird because there's honestly, does she think she's going to be able to kill the robot with that gun? But okay.
Maybe she thinks guns are a lot stronger than they are. Now they shore up the ship from falling over by pulling it with the chariots. While Don West is inside, he actually discovers that Dr. Smith is not Dr. Smith.
Dun, dun, dun.
But then the ship is going to fall over, and you're like, oh, Dr. Smith's going to get away with it again, but I'm a badass princess. So,
comma, not included.
Yeah, so he basically, he survives, he jumps off the ship, because Judy was pulling it off, and he's like, I'm a badass princess, and she's like, wait, you're a badass princess?
I thought that was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
Put him in his place a little bit.
So they get a bunch of fuel, and now they're on the way back. But meanwhile, this poor victim of the robot has decided to enact her revenge and murder said robot. But who is standing in front of the robot? Papa Robinson.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter though. What's that?
Bad either way for him.
Either way for him.
Yeah, he's not in a good spot.
Now he's trying to get her to calm down because he's worried about the robot freaking out, and his concerns are validated when the robot goes full robot. Never go full robot.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it defends itself, and in the process, hurts Papa Robinson.
Right.
And when it calms down,
I was like, oops.
It's like, damn, son, I straight up broke their daddy.
I wish the robot talked like that.
And the robot sounded like Isaac Hayes. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Hello there, children.
I got to get me the chocolate cake.
I need some chocolate cake.
That's the way we do things, children.
That's when Will Robinson decides the end has come for Mr. Robot.
I was a little surprised by this, to be honest with you.
Oh, I heard it. Heard his papa.
Heard his dad. But yeah, I was a little surprised. A great emotional moment, but destroying the robot. I mean, taking him back to the cave is kind of where I thought he was going to go with it. But I guess this gives Dr. Smith the opportunity to try to put it back together and be the owner of the robot.
Right. So her plans, as you see, and there he goes, falling over the edge.
It fell apart perfectly when it hit the bottom. Notice when it hits the bottom, like everything kind of explodes and the pieces come off like perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. I would try to get a shot of that, but it's like it's so far away that you can't really see it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, that's it for the show.
Oh my gosh, it's over already.
It's all over. We'll be back. Like Shane said in the schedule, we'll be back at some point next week for 7 and 8.
It won't be next week. It'll probably be the week after.
I'm sorry, the week after. We hope that you're enjoying it as much as we are. I don't understand all the criticisms. I think there's some valid criticisms out there, but especially on my second watch through, I'm really understanding Dr. Smith's motivations more and more.
Well, and through 5 and 6, the show's great. I mean, it's got a good story. It's they're in danger. There's trouble. I mean, interesting things have occurred at least through the first 6 episodes.
Some of my criticisms, though, are that they seem to be in danger way too often. There's some things that can definitely be avoided with like a little more communication, a little less apathetic sort of treatment of an alien planet, you know? So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like the super parachute thing. Like really, that's I have a serious problem with that. When that happened, I was like, come on.
Yeah, the parachute thing was completely unnecessary.
You know what it was like? Bro, you remember that show that movie Found Destination 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Yeah. It looked like there was some like fate or something trying to kill this woman. Like the way it like picked up and grabbed her leg. I'm like, come on, that's way too inconvenient, you know?
Yeah. And then she still didn't learn anything about it. You know, the lesson should have been, if they're going to put her in danger at all, the lesson here should have been, don't go off by yourself. Right. Which is stupid. But she doesn't seem to have learned anything from that. So,
yep, you're right. Aside from that, though, I had a pretty good time. And I hope you did too. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit that comment button below and let us know. If you didn't, let us know. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, hit that alert button so you know when our new videos come out. What's that?
And comments below.
And comment.
Get in.
And we will be back at some point tomorrow with our Deadpool spoiler review. And you're going to want to see that, folks. It's some good stuff. Boom.
It'll be great. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good game. Well played.
Indeed.
What was that? Was that the Howard Stern thing?
I have no idea. No, it's the Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel. All right, guys. Later.